What is your least and most favorite levels that you have created?
Ones that I've created. Okay, I'm gonna count out low def because that
Yeah.
is the obvious one.
And they don't have to be
As far as
rated
least
either.
favorite. Sure, okay. I mean, I don't think any of my unrated levels are things I would even consider for this. Um,
I like the one that's like Maria, my feet. I'm so old.
yep. I got a funny story about that one too. But um, so I guess my favorite would probably have to be Black Blizzard still.
Yeah.
That's the one I definitely put the most of me into. I think,
Mhm.
I was trying the hardest with that one to make it good. Like I did like my typical things with that level that I would usually do, and then I wanted to step further. I'd be like, okay, what are the things that people uh like hate this level for if I don't change them right now? Like air deco and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of forced me to kind of um do some stuff that I don't usually do with levels. So I was pretty proud of that one.
Yeah.
And least favorite, not counting low death. Uh, Obviously Heartbeat. I didn't really do any of like the decoration work in Heartbeat outside of like the very beginning of it. Um, the gameplay is obviously like the worst part of that level. And I kind of just whipped it together. It wasn't even really supposed to get finished, but Anubis saw like my little preview, like first like 15 seconds of it or
Yeah.
whatever, and he was like so in love with the concept of it. Uh, Not even intentional saying that, but he was so in love with the concept of Heartbeat that he was like basically just asking me like, can you please like finish this and I'll help you decorate it, whatever. So um, it kind of it like I said, it wasn't really meant to get finished, but it just kind of did. I don't really even think too much of that level, but I mean it's now I think one of the most viewed videos on my channel, so I guess that's maybe an unpopular opinion. Um, yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people would agree. I know that, as far as I'm aware, I know Conix had a terrible time with Heartbeat. I was watching his
Hmm.
streams.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, like, everything from like the first like 30% and on, like after the first 30%, everything there is like basically an afterthought in terms of
Mm.
like gameplay. I was just like, I just need to finish this so Anubis has something to decorate. You know? And like the wave part, obviously I was really proud of that, but that's kind of all that I can really say is like something that sticks out to me in that level. As
Um,
far as stuff I made, and obviously like I love what Anubis and Airswipe did with it, but um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not too fond of it.
I mean, I feel like I and a lot of others can kind of tell that Heartbeat, like like you said, the first 30% or so, gameplay does feel like it's you. Like the mini cube, especially, it definitely feels like you. And then the wave
Yeah,
feels like you, and then the rest, it kind of doesn't.
yeah. I mean, I still tried to like make it like somewhat interesting. Like the UFO part, I definitely was like having a little fun with like doing sort of like
Oh, yeah.
motion, sort of making it like a dance to the song kind of thing. Um, Things like that. But a lot of it was definitely just kind of whipped together.
Yeah. Um, are there any honorable mentions of your most and least favorite levels you want to go into?
Honorable mentions. Let's see. I mean, Lit Fuse is an obvious contender for my favorite. I'm astounded that that level holds up as well as it does, just because I made it in like 2 weeks, and like I was just kind of rushing it. Least favorite honorable mention. Elite Z Rebirth is probably an obvious answer there,
Yeah.
but I mean, honestly, I mean that level, that one's also kind of like a joke, so I can't even really hate that one too much. Yeah, we'll go with that though. I mean, High also is kind of like a goofy one.
Yeah.
Another one that I just sort of like whipped together just in the interest of like making something fast. So there were a lot of things I would definitely have like spent more time on looking back on it.
Yeah, I definitely think uh going on Lit Fuse, I personally one of my favorite insane demons in the whole game. Unfortunately I haven't beat it, but I got in two Rens, and it was probably some of the most fun I've had playing the game.
I'm glad. A lot of people, I'll look at like people's like video descriptions of them playing the level, and they'll say like, "Wow, this level put me to sleep." You know,
Ah,
it's definitely fun to watch, but then when you're actually playing it and you're spending most of your time like the quiet beginning, it can kind of be a lull sometimes.
yeah. That's why I like it though, cause it's quiet, but then the gameplay makes it like I don't know. I guess I love weird gameplay, so naturally I'm gonna love the gameplay that you make, and the gameplay, the cube sections that you make in all your levels are very fun in my opinion, and
Well, I'm glad.
that Lip Fuse is no exception. I love that with the quiet, apparently to other people boring part is risen by the fact that it's cube timings that you kind of got to be pretty precise on, especially for an
Yeah,
insane demon, which is
it
nice.
definitely felt, especially at the time, like something that wasn't explored too often, like making hard gameplay to sort of a quiet
Yeah,
song. It doesn't have like a whole ton going on energy wise, and I really liked the sort of feeling you get when like you spend a lot of time there and then you finally make it to the drop. It kind of feels like I don't know, like like a breath of fresh air when you get there,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah, and definitely, I don't know if other people agree with this, but I don't think the ship, that long ship section, is boring. Um, and I guess for me, the duel, it's just kind of tiring to hit it, to like maintain the ship in the middle and then the UFO, and then like it's nice once you get past that ship UFO spam and then you do the wave, and it's just kind of like so much more easier. And then oh
Hmm.
my god, that this section with the spinning star, that whole section is great. Like
Yeah, that part I was proud of it. I definitely felt like I cooked with that one. I basically built that part first, and I was just like adding like layers to that background stuff and just sending them in Anubis's chat. Like, look at this thing I just made, and that was sort of my like primary motivator to finish that level. Was just like, okay, I made this really cool ending. Now I have to make everything else. The the dual part was definitely the last part I made, and I was definitely just trying to get it done. And I kind of wish I spent a little more time on it because that part is like the only part I'm really like this is kind of nothing.
mm,
But overall, I'm still very proud of it.